What is going on, everybody? Coming at you with some more One Piece gameplay, and this gameplay is between Zoro and Doflamingo. I think this is a great matchup. I think that this is one of the decks that Zoro has the toughest time with. Doflamingo can really put pressure on Zoro early and also can gas him out because they can play off top of their deck while maintaining their hand size. So this is a really fun matchup. We're going to go ahead and go first as Zoro, and we're going to play a Nami, and we are in Nami heaven this game because I'm pretty sure we just keep seeing Nami after Nami after Nami, which is it's pretty awesome. I think if you can keep searching and keep cycling your hand as Zoro, then you're in for a great time. And on that first search, I did bottom deck one of my Robins, and that's going to come in clutch later because I do end up cycling so far through my deck that I think I end up seeing it again. So I go ahead and I swing 5 here with my Zoro because I think swinging 5 is a bit underrated. I think focusing too much on his leader effect is kind of a trap sometimes. So we'll play another Nami to grab a chopper, and then we'll pay 2 for a Dadan, reveal the top 5. And look what it is, it's another Nami. So at this point, you know, we've already been 15 cards deep on top of the 5 life that we've taken, and we've gotten 2 draws in. So, you know, we're seeing a lot of our deck at this point in the game, and this next Nami will mean that we'll see in over half of our deck at this point, which we do love. We're going to go ahead and see a 5k swing followed by a Boa, and we take that 5k swing because, again, just getting cards in our hand is super important. Lets us go for a more, you know, degenerate play from Zoro. And on this turn, we're just going to Jet Pistol this Boa because I don't want that on the board. I don't want any card advantage for Dofi, and we're going to swing at leader. And then we're going to play our third Nami, which, again, it's just so much value. We're going to grab another pistol because there's a lot of blockers that can be issues in this deck for Zoro. And now we have 4 bodies on board. And so on our next turn, we're going to be able to go kind of crazy with a ton of different swings at the Doflamingo. And it's going to be hard for him to weather all those. So we're going to see the Dofi use his effect blindly after using the Perona. He's going to swing 7, not apt to use the effect, and he's going to play another Boa here. And again, he knows that I took the Jet Pistol, so these Boas are just going to be pistol targets all day long. I don't think there's a reason why I let them stay, but we'll swing 6, and they're going to take that, and then we'll swing 5, see if they take that as well, which they don't, and we still have some Dawn up, so we'll pay 1 for a Makino, and we'll swing 6 with our Nami, and then we'll swing with our Nami again for 5, and then with our Nami again for 5. So we just got, you know, a ton of swings, depleted our Doflamingo's hand, and now we're matched in life, but we still have 5 bodies on board, so we're feeling pretty good. We haven't had to use or commit any of our rush characters. We haven't had to really do much. Perona's going to swing at our Makino, and we'll let that go through. Makino is just fodder at this point. Our hand is looking pretty full as well. We'll see a 5k swing from Dofi. We're going to counter out of that one with a 2k, a 1k, and a 2k. I'm not sure why I did that, but oh, it was at the Curly Dadan, so that's why we countered it like that. And then we're gonna see another Boa being played after playing Gecko Moria. So all of a sudden, you know, we have a wide board from the Dofi player, and while we still have, you know, a bunch of Namis up, and it's our 10 Dawn turn. At this point, we really need to just punish. So we're gonna swing Nami into Perona here, and get that off the board. Swing 3 at 2. And we want to see if they're going to use their Boa to block, and they will use Boa to block, which means that Boa is now a target. We'll swing at the Perona again with our Nami. This just means that we have probably a Zoro or a Luffy play this turn, so we'll swing 7 at Boa as well. Force out some hand here. We want them to lose the cards in their hand. Boa is going to be gone. And I think at this point, we're kind of debating what we want to do here. I think I accidentally activated too much Dawn. No. Yes, maybe, I don't remember. Yeah, I think I have too much. Yeah, I had too much Dawn there. So the changes of play, we're gonna swing 5 at the Boa as well. They're gonna counter out, pay 4, pop the Boa, and then pay 1 for a chopper. And then now our life's protected. We've basically burned through the entire hand of Dofi. They got 1 card on board. We still have, you know, 4 bodies. They're gonna play a Dofi and look at their top 5 and rearrange it. There's a Jinbei, some more Dofis. Looks like a Teach is in there, or maybe a Trafalgar Law. Hard to say. I think there's a Kuma in there as well. So, tons of different options for Dofi to choose from. And I do believe that this is going to be a swing at life, and they're going to play the Jinbei. A swing at the Nami, and we'll let that go through. I don't think it's wise to dump 5k counter for the Nami here. And now Jinbei is on board, and we're going to see a Gecko Moria swing here for 7, and we'll block that with Chopper, and they're going to pass turn back, which with 2 life up, or 2 dawn up, which means that there's probably a Love Beam coming down, but that's okay. Don't mind that. So now we have 10 dawn here, and it's probably best to just pop the, to leave the Jinbei alone. Swing 6 at the Moria here. I think in this matchup, it's important to maybe control the board, but we're going to swing and we're going to pop the blocker with the Jet Pistol that we had already. It doesn't feel great, but it's not terrible. We'll swing Nami at leader for 5. They're going to counter out of that. And then we'll pay 2 for a Brook. And then we'll use that Brook to slot under our Nami and swing at the Gecko Moria, which we're going to counter out of with Level Beam. Then we'll pay 1 for a Karoo. And again, our board is pretty wide again. We still have a decent amount of cards in hand. I do know that there is 3 in hand, but they're basically duds because I think one's a Zoro and one's a Luffy. So not going to really be able to protect my board, which is why I played out 2 more. So we're going to lose the Nami there. That's okay. At this point, if he's not swinging at my life, we're pretty happy. These character swings are good. Again, not dealing with the characters is not ideal, but we're gonna see the Gecko Moria here. He's gonna swing at the other Nami, I believe, and she's gonna go down. And again, just kind of whittling down my board. And I think at this point he gets a bit greedy and he swings with the Jinbei, and he expected to counter off with a 2K, but I don't think he realized that my hand was just purely duds. And so, while I think in his mind he was wanting to take a card out of my hand, at this point in the game, I don't really need to block this because I'm not really afraid of dying. So we're gonna see a Kuma played followed by a Law, and I'm like, okay, that's a lot of defense here. Thankfully, I have 2 3Ks, which means he's only gonna commit 1 Dawn to each to swing with them. And I don't really care about his Jinbei. Jinbei is a card that I don't really care about. I'm not going to swing at it. I'd rather swing at his blockers and stuff here. So I'm just trying to think about the best play here that I can make. So I'm going to go ahead and load up a Dawn on my Karoo and on my Zoro. Unfortunately, I'm playing Karoo because I don't have any any Sunnies. They're going to block the 6K at the Doflamingo. I'm going to swing 4 at the Doflamingo with my Brook. And this is a bit telling because they're going to block with the Kuma. And I'm going to pay 1 for a Mogra and swing at the Kuma now. And now that's gone. And then we're going to swing 6 at the Doflamingo and it's gone. And then we're going to pay 2 for a Dadan to cycle my deck again, which is tight. Dadan's a really sweet card. We're going to grab a Chopper here. And we're going to pay 1 for the Chopper. We're going to pop the Mogra. I probably should have... actually, that's probably the right card to get rid of here. And now I'm not really in a position where I'm too worried about losing. Yes, they could teach and bounce my blocker, which, again, it's not the worst. We're going to swing 8 here at me using the leader effect to play Moria to grab back a blocker Dofi. I block the swing because I think that I'm at risk to get bounced if he pulls back anything good. And so we're going to swing 6K at leader, and I counter with my Usopp here, the one of Usopp. 6 at my Zoro here, and that's gone. And then it's going to be a blocker Dofi, and he's going to have one Dawn active, looks like, here, and I have 1 card in hand. I believe it's Rush Luffy, and he's going to play a Law, so I can clean up his board here. I got lots of swings. He's got no cards in hand here. So at this point, we're not going to swing at life. We're not going to give him any cards if we can avoid it. And we're just going to swing at his characters here. So it's going to be like Moria. And I think I swing 5 here with leader at the Moria. And then I end up putting Dawn under my Zoro anyways. And I'm like, thinking to myself, like, why even bother doing that? It's just a waste of 1,000. But at the end of the day, he lets it go through. And then I'm like, yeah, there's too much value here to not do this. So I swing the Dan at the Gecko Moria here. They're going to block with the Trafalgar Law. And again, I think that these swings at the Moria, like, he wants to keep it up because he wants to pressure my life. But, like, I'm just going to kill the Moria. I'm never swinging at the life here. And then I can just pay 1 for another Chopper. And then I pay 3 for a Nico Robin. And so I'm sitting on 2 life, 2 Dawn up. So I definitely mismanaged my Dawn here a little bit, but I definitely can be like saving for a potential like Red Hawk in life or Radical Beam in life. So at this point, I'm not really worried about losing my character here, unless there's a Teach on top, which there is, but I still have 2 life. So he swings at my Curly Dadan, which is gone, and I still have a Chopper in hand, which is unideal. So Jinbei's going to kill a Brook here, and so I have 2 bodies on board, and then we're going to see a blocker Doflamingo. And I think at this point in the game, not dealing with the Robin was actually kind of important, because like, yeah, I can block that attack, but if you're going to play a blocker, my Nico Robin really can do some work here. And he didn't have any cards to play, so he probably should have used more Dawn to swing at me, but it is what it is. I'm going to put 1 Dawn under my Zoro, 1 Dawn under my Nico Robin, followed by a Tama play to minus the blocker, swing life. That's rough. Blocker's gone. We're going to swing 7, can't counter out of it, and then we're going to load up my Karoo and swing with the Duck. The Duck coming in clutch. And that's game for Zoro. Yeah, take it down. I think probably one of his harder matchups. And I believe at the end of the game there, when I saw that Robin, I bottom decked that Robin earlier, and I cycled through my deck so much that I saw it again, and I knew Atama was like right afterwards. So feeling pretty good about that matchup. And until next time, Monty out.